What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back, and today we're going to be going over another update. I didn't think this was actually going to happen, but here we are. We actually have another update. So as you can see, the Secret and Science update, which is going to be happening on May 6th, so that's going to be pretty soon, is going to happen fairly quickly. Now, what you need to know is the fact that they're going to be removing the Master Enhancer. But before I get on that note, let's just look over the rest of the update. So Bjorn update. Replace 2 Bjorn field bosses. So they're going to get rid of the Archfiend and they're going to put in Phantom Duke Isaac. They're going to get rid of the Corrupted Forest Keeper and replace it with the Executioner Mantis. They also adjusted Bjorn side quests and regional quests to accommodate these changes, added a 6th Bjorn campaign reward. Rewards include a Shadowy Spectral Pruma mount, adjust the requirements to accept the episode quest, the Path to Bjorn. Players must now complete the RV Dunes quest, the enemy of my enemy. Now let's go over to the stuff that is actually what you want to know about. Enhancement changes. The Master Enhancement has been removed, and the Master Enhanced NPCs will no longer be available, and Patient Sigils, so everything involving sigils, is going to be completely pointless. So sell them while you can, or use them while you can. Upgrade all of your gear to Mythic. So I reckon that Mythic Embers should be used now, because the Mythic Stones to upgrade from Legendary to Mythic are going to go up in price because the entire server is going to be using them now. Before, you could just use Armor Sigils to get to Mythic, and now the Mythic Upgrade Stones can actually go up in value because of the fact that there's just so much use for that. Note from the developers: the original goal of the implementation of the Master Enhancement Equipment Specialist was to mitigate and reduce enhancement stress. Thus, many of our players chose the Master Enhancer over the Common Enhancer Equipment Specialist for upgrading their equipment. The side effect of this implementation is that starseeds were primarily being spent on the equipment enhancement, causing unbalanced marketplace prices and in-game economy. To alleviate the issue, the development team decided to remove the Master Enhancement Specialist and reinforce the Common, which will now be the primary enhancement specialist. This primary enhancement specialist has been reinforced by the appropriate measures which were previously implemented to ease any fatigue or stress during the enhancement process. These existing changes have shown that the accessibility to the Common Enhancer amongst players has improved, thus finalizing the decision to remove the Master Enhancement Specialist from the game. Now, my opinion now. I don't think this is a smart move, mainly because of the fact that some people just don't want to deal with the ongoing fail stacking, and it's just they'd rather spend star seeds to get to where they need. And honestly, it's just so much easier sometimes to just use the Master Enhancer. I mean, I'm very well versed in using the Common Enhancer. I love it. I'm very comfortable with it, but I can't say the same for other players. A lot of new players are going to be completely annoyed with only using the Common Enhancer, even with fail stacking, because I've seen people pass stuff, especially at Mythic, with a fail stack of 12%. And I've seen people literally break their items multiple times and get like a 99. I'm obviously exaggerating here, but I will say I've seen it for sure, a 96% fail stack, and still fail. But that's just using the Common, and that's actually kind of frustrating, especially if you've been using a lot of sigils. Sigils, Embers. Embers, actually, I take that back. Embers are still going to be in the game. That's going to be extremely important, especially Mythic Embers. I would say Legendary Embers are probably going to be the most expensive, if not the most used in-game after this update. So definitely stockpile and save those now, because those are going to go up in price, because with the Master gone, it's going to just get used a lot more often. And now, Time Dungeons. Move the number of dungeons to Time Dungeons only. We've already gone over this. A lot of the trials are going to be completely gone. Now, let's talk about the quality of life. Modified how skills effects, the increased damage and defense are applied when multiple effects are playing. For example, previously the weaker effect was removed and the stronger effect was applied. However, now the weaker effect will still remain, but effects will be suppressed. For example, consider a player under the effect of Furious Warcry gained a 10% attack buff, damage for 60 seconds, and then walks into Sacred Ground, which is plus 15% attack damage, then immediate leaves. You would lose a Satyr buff. But now you get to keep it. Once you walk off, you go back to the Satyr buff. Added a sell all, salvage all function. When selling and salvaging gear, players can actually select up to 20 items instead of going one by one. My guess is they did this for PC users because they want to make it streamlined and a lot easier. Added 3 fishing tutorials for fishing attempt, fishing failure, and fishing success. And added the ability to adjust the camera vibration. This can be set in options, yada yada yada. It adjusted the Ghost Assassin respawn time from 120 seconds to 30 seconds. Now, quests. Added the new daily prestige quest in Karzakor, Knowles Waste, Tristeza, Canis Mountains, Navarra, Zincala, and the Ivory Dunes. Adjusted the goal of the Ancient Weapon quest, A Place of Evil, to require completing a Tam dungeon instead of completing the Chamber of the Ancient Lair. So adjusted. So basically right here, I'm just going to summarize it, is that they're making it so a lot of the dungeon requirement quests or XP that previously needed certain dungeons are going to be moved to time dungeons. For example, another example, let's see. Change the recommended level for 3 Sentinel quests due to the change to the time dungeon entry levels. Let's see. That's just a bunch of, simple different things going back to the quests. Let's see. Class skill change. Fix an issue where all classes were able to jump higher if the forward dash button and jumps were pressed quickly. Yes. Let's see. Fix an issue where mage or priest projectiles in high terrain could not hit enemies in low locations. Crusader. Now these are the buffs and debuffs, nerfs that are happening with the classes. So as you can see, a lot of classes are actually getting affected by this. So let's see. Added videos for the Crusader's passive skill, Boomerang Shield for the unique skill, Piercing Shield, which is funny because there's nothing like that for this Crusader, but I guess they might have just made a typo or are unaware that none of the things are called that. I mean, last time I checked, there is no Boomerang Shield for the Crusader. I could be wrong, though. I gotta go back and read it. It's been a hot minute since I've checked the Crusader. Fix an issue where an Endless Crusade, a passive effect of the Crusader's unique skill, Zealot's Fire, is not removed in some circumstances. Crusader fix an issue where movement speed is increased when Crusades use Fanaticism. Fix an issue where the elemental damage for Crusader's Great Sweeping Slash and Spinning Slash combo was not applied properly. Fix an issue where if a Crusader takes a hit while the guard break animation is playing, the animation stops. Berserker, increase the amount of fury consumed when rage is activated from 5 per second to 6 per second. So there goes the nerf for the Zerker again. Not only has the Zerk lost the ability to gain rage, but they've also now decreased the amount of length of time that the Berserker already has. Fix an issue where obtaining the Balance Whirl skill passive effect, extend Blood Leech from the Berserker Centurion's command blessing. The duration of the increased defense and increased attack power effects are not extended when the Balance Whirl is used. Fix an issue where the skill Rage True Berserker could be used consecutively. Okay. I mean, they keep saying that, but I mean, it really just depends on the person's internet connection, from my opinion. Fix an issue where if the Priest Shield of Faith is used... By the way, these are the priest stuff. Fix an issue where if the Priest Shield of Faith is used while it's fully charged, the effect that reduces the amount of holy energy is consumed is not applied. Fix an issue where if different priests call Shield of Faith, or if different priests cast Shield of Faith on the same target, the amount of protection overlaps and is calculated as a total. Now, the higher level Shield of Faith will replace the lower... Now, the higher level Shield of Faith will replace the lower Shield of Faith. Now, you may wonder, what are you talking about? So, like in Red Basin, if two or three priests stack their shields, it would actually stack. So, you would have to hit the target multiple times. You may not have noticed it in dungeons, but it was definitely a problem. And in Basin, priests are extremely broken because you can capture flags, and it was impossible to get people off points unless you were a Zerker with Whirlwind or a Ranger with basically fires from above where the target's getting hit consecutively. But if you're trying to do basic attacks and get a priest that has a shield active, it was extremely difficult. Now, fix an issue that could cause a usually high damage for the mage when the second stage passive of the Blizzard cooldown was combined with the Mage's Centurion's command blessing. So the mage again got another nerf. Now, fix an issue in dungeons where Rudis Mines Halls of the Dead, where some of the skills used by the Mana Stone Golem could not be seen. Again, I'm not going to go over all this. This is just minor bug fixes and stuff like that. So the biggest things to walk away from this is that nerfing classes, they're fixing classes, and the Master Enhancement Specialist is going to be gone. And some of the bosses that you've been comfortable with are going to be gone. So definitely enjoy them while you can. And let me know what you guys think. This is a lot of changes. This is literally the third update I'm actually releasing. I did not expect to have to do this a third time. I was actually surprised that I had to do it a second time. But, I mean, I'm not complaining. At the end of the day, this is content for you guys. And I'm pretty amped about the combos from the second update, but this third update, I'm not too thrilled about losing the Master Enhancer. I mean, honestly, I never really used them, but I can see that it's gonna hurt a lot of players that don't necessarily have the times to farm for cores or farm for fail stacking. The Master Enhancer was just literally the way to go when you just kind of just were okay with spending seeds that way. But that's all I have to say for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please leave a like and sub and comment and subscribe. And I'll see you next time, so stay blessed.